Namaskar, Shuprabhat, and a very good morning, distinguished dignitaries, excellencies of participating countries, eminent delegates, expert speakers, participants from across the globe, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Saruj, and it is my honor to welcome all of you to the Indo-Global Irrigation Summit 2025, being organized by the International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage under the aegis of Ministry of Jal Shakti, Department of Water Resources, River Development, Ganga Rejuvenation, Government of India, with the theme, Best Irrigation Practices for Water and Food Security. Ladies and gentlemen, on this very significant occasion, I would like to invite on the dais our eminent dignitaries, starting with our Honorable Chief Guest, Madam Debashree Mukherjee, Secretary, Department of Water Resources, River Development, Ganga Rejuvenation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India. Ma'am, may I please request you to grace the dais. As our guest of honor, we also are honored to have amongst us Her Excellency, Miss Frances Adamson AC, the Honorable Governor of South Australia. A very warm welcome to both of you. We are also privileged to have as our second guest of honor, Shri Mukesh Puri, Chairman and Managing Director, Sardar Sarovar Narmada Nigam Limited, Government of Gujarat. A very warm welcome and thank you for joining with us today. We are also very pleased to have with us as the eminent presence of Dr. Marco Arcieri, President ICID. May I also request you to kindly grace the dais. And I also request Dr. R.K. Gupta, Secretary General, ICID, to kindly grace the dais. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this prestigious summit today makes a momentous occasion, the Platinum Jubilee of ICID, celebrating 75 years of global collaboration and innovation and championing international cooperation in irrigation and water management. This summit stands as a powerful platform uniting global policymakers, researchers, and practitioners at a time when the global world urgently seeks solution to climate-resilient water and food security. A very warm welcome to all of you once again. And now we would like to present and extend our personal welcome to all our dignitaries on the dais. I would request Dr. Rakesh Gupta to kindly present a bouquet and welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Madam Debashree Mukherjee. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time. I also would request Dr. Gupta to kindly welcome our guest of honor, Her Excellency, Miss Frances Adamson AC, the Honorable Governor of South Australia. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am, once again. We also welcome our second guest of honor, Shri Mukesh Puri, CMD, Sardar Sarovar Narmada Nigam Limited, Government of Gujarat. A very warm welcome to you once again. We also welcome Dr. Marco Arcieri, President ICID. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Dr. Gupta, for welcoming. Ladies and gentlemen, in tradition with our culture, we would now like to have the ceremonial lamp lighting ceremony to invoke blessings from Almighty and to invoke wisdom, positivity, and success. I request all our dignitaries on the dais to kindly join for the lamp lighting ceremony. I also invite from the audience His Excellency Mr. Dheeraj Kumar Siraj, High Commissioner, Embassy of Republic of Guyana. Sir, please join us for the ceremony. I also invite Her Excellency Ms. Stella Nkomo, Ambassador, Embassy of Republic of Zimbabwe. Ma'am, request you to kindly join us. I also request Mr. Odeh Hatim Mohammed, Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Iraq. I also invite Mr. Ali Saleh Bikara, Economic Counselor, Embassy of Republic of Chad. I also invite Mr. Juan Manuel Velasco, Agriculture Counselor, Embassy of Spain, to kindly join us for the ceremonial lamp lighting ceremony. With this, we invoke blessings from Ma Saraswati for the success of our summit. Thank you, everybody. And with this, we also formally inaugurate the inaugural session, ladies and gentlemen. And I would now invite Dr. R.K. Gupta, Secretary General, ICID, for his welcome address.
Good morning, everyone, and very warm welcome to everyone in this Indo-Global Irrigation Summit. Climate change and water scarcity are the two pressing challenges before us in this 21st century. And providing water security and food security to all is a daunting task before us. When we see that our population growth will be of the order of 10 billion by 2050. And the more problematic situation is our agricultural water management is quite poor in many parts of the world. And we are facing both physical and economic water scarcity. The daunting task before us is to have a sustainable agricultural water management, because around 70% of the water which we are using, the fresh water, is used for irrigation purposes. ICID, for the past 75 years, is endeavoring for a water-secure world, free from hunger and poverty through sustainable irrigation development. And today is the foundation day of ICID, and I am proud to say that ICID is now 75 years young, and we are still moving towards securing a world free from hunger and poverty. At this occasion, I am privileged to have before us some dignitaries in this conference, and it is my pleasure to welcome Ms. Debashree Mukherjee, Secretary, Department of Water Resources, River Development, Ganga Rejuvenation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India, who is kind enough to give his consent to be as chief guest in this conference, and he has supported through his guidance for the successful organization of this conference. I welcome you, ma'am, in this conference. We are honored to have with us the gracious presence of Her Excellency, Honorable Francis Adamson, AC, Honorable Governor of South Australia, Wales. And we are more than happy to have you here. And we welcome you, madam. And I welcome all the delegation of Australia, especially Water Ambassador, Ms. Caroline Maywald, and his team of secretaries and other delegates. I also welcome Mr. Mukesh Puri, who is a seasoned bureaucrat of Government of India, and he's the man who turned Sardar Sarovar project into the lifeline of Gujarat before us. So, very warm welcome to you, sir, in this conference. I also welcome President ICID, Dr. Marco Arcieri, who has joined this conference, who has arrived from Italy directly. And we are thankful to him for his presence in this conference. At the same time, I will say that we are honored to have the presence of our President Honorary, Professor Dr. Chandra Matramattu from Canada, President Honorary Mr. Felix Reinders from South Africa, and Professor Bartali from Morocco. Welcome you, sir, and we are really privileged to have you here. I welcome all the international delegates who are present here and for joining this conference, and also some delegates from different embassies. I can see that His Excellency Mr. Dharam Kumar Siraj, who is High Commissioner in Republic of Guyana, is here with us. I welcome you, sir. And some more dignitaries have to join us today, so we are waiting for them. I also welcome all the delegates from India, from different departments, who have arrived here from far places and who have joined here, and I welcome you all. I welcome all the participants from from abroad in India in this conference. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Gupta, for a warm welcome address. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now take you all on a visual journey encapsulating ICID's inspiring legacy through a short film. That was a short film on ICID. Later now, I invite Dr. Marco Arcieri, President of ICID, for his address, please. Yes. Okay. Yes, ma'am, please. I invite Her Excellency, Ms. Frances Adamson, AC Governor of South Australia, to address us, please.
Thank you very much, and can I thank Dr. Arcieri for his graciousness in allowing me to speak first. Let me acknowledge Ms. Debashree Mukherjee, Secretary, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Mr. Mukesh Puri, Government of Gujarat. We have just heard of the wonderful achievements in Gujarat. Dr. Marco Arcieri, President of the International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage, ICID, Dr. R.K. Gupta, Secretary General, ICID. I would also acknowledge the Honourable Carleen Maywald, South Australian Water Ambassador, dignitaries, conference officials and guests. It is a great honour and privilege to be here with you today at the Ambedkar International Centre, named after the father of India's constitution, one of your country's most important social reformers and statesmen. I also note on this very special occasion, which marks the 75th year of the International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage. We come together, in fact, on the very day of foundation, the 24th of June, 1950. Since its establishment, ICID has played a vital global role in advancing agricultural water management. This summit is a testament to ICID's enduring leadership and purpose, bringing together engineers, scientists, policymakers and practitioners from across the world. With its headquarters in New Delhi and a membership of more than 100 countries, ICID has served as a professional network and knowledge-sharing platform for generations. Your mission to enhance agricultural water productivity through improved irrigation and drainage, to support sustainable agriculture and promote knowledge and technology exchange has never been more urgent than it is today. Your presence here underscores our shared commitment to addressing the urgent issues surrounding water resources and agriculture. In an era marked by climate uncertainty, rising populations, and shifting geopolitics, this summit serves as a beacon of hope and innovation. It is through gatherings like these that we foster the partnerships and solutions necessary to tackle global challenges. I particularly acknowledge the leadership of the Honourable Carleen Maywald, South Australia's Water Ambassador, whose work continues to strengthen international cooperation on water management. Her long-standing engagement with ICID and the Indo-Pacific region is a source of pride for our state. As Governor of South Australia, I'm delighted to join you to reflect on one of the most pressing challenges of our time: how to manage water wisely in a changing climate while sustaining the agricultural productivity that feeds our people and supports rural livelihoods. Australia and India share several striking similarities. We are both vast countries with highly variable climates and population growth that is driving demand for water. And we are both grappling with the dual challenge of water variability, either too much or too little, and the need to increase food production sustainably. In India, about 75% of freshwater use is dedicated to irrigation. Groundwater depletion is becoming an urgent national concern. In Australia, about 70% of water extraction is for irrigation. Severe and prolonged droughts have tested the resilience of our communities and prompted bold reforms. Our response has included the development of highly sophisticated, regulated water markets, adoption of smart irrigation technologies, and an enduring national conversation about water governance. South Australia's journey in water management has been shaped by both adversity and ingenuity. Our agricultural sector is one of the most productive in the world, yet it operates in one of the driest climates. These circumstances have necessitated creative approaches, such as the development of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan, which stands as a testament to cooperation across states and stakeholders. This integrated water management strategy has not only enhanced agricultural resilience, but also provided valuable lessons to share with the global community. But this is not a challenge any of us can meet alone. Water and food security are shared global concerns. The more we collaborate across governments, industry and research, the more effective our solutions can be. The importance of international collaboration has never been greater. As pressures on land and water intensify, we must share innovation, policy approaches and technical expertise, and work together to ensure rural development and food security for future generations. Today, I encourage all participants to consider the transformative potential of technology and innovation. From precision irrigation systems to renewable energy-powered pumping solutions, advancements in technology are empowering farmers to do more with less, or, as it is said in India, more crop per drop. These innovations are not just tools of efficiency, they are lifelines for communities facing water scarcity. It is vital that we continue to share these breakthroughs across borders, ensuring equitable access to the knowledge and resources that drive progress. There is significant scope, we think, for mutually beneficial activities between Australia and India, including precision irrigation, for example, drip and sensor-based systems and soil moisture monitoring, digital agricultural platforms to guide real-time water use decisions, water policy reform, such as Australia's experience in water accounting, trading and pricing, and India's focus on improving water management and agricultural productivity. Farmer-led innovation, extension services and university agricultural links can support extension transformation, and scaling of climate-smart agriculture and adaptive farming practices from the local level upwards. Australia brings strong institutional experience in water governance. India offers invaluable lessons through its scale and adaptability through flagship programs such as the Atal Bhujal Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinjaki Yojana. I also see particular scope for collaboration between India and South Australia, building on the success of the ICID 24th International Congress and 73rd International Executive Council meeting in Adelaide in October 2022. South Australia is internationally recognised for its expertise in dryland agriculture, precision agriculture and integrated water management. We are home to some of the world's most water-efficient farms, and we have invested deeply in science, technology and policy to make every drop count. We are eager to strengthen ties with India and ICD in three key areas. The first is vocational training, academic exchange and business-to-business engagement. The second is policy dialogue, technical assistance or state-level MOUs to support institutional strengthening, especially in data systems and groundwater management. And thirdly, bilateral research on climate-smart irrigation, especially in flood and drought-prone zones such as the Eastern Gangetic Plains or our Murray-Darling Basin. Education and capacity building are equally important. By supporting training programs and exchanges between nations, we can cultivate a generation of water leaders who are equipped to manage resources sustainably. South Australia has actively participated in such initiatives, hosting delegations and fostering collaboration with countries in the Indo-Pacific region. This summit is also an opportunity to explore policy frameworks that incentivise sustainable practices. Governments must align regulatory measures, economic incentives and environmental goals to achieve long-term water security. I encourage dialogue on creating policies that reward innovation and prioritise the needs of rural communities. South Australia's experience in the Murray-Darling Basin one of the most complex and contested water systems in the world, has shown how water trading, accounting and pricing can support both environmental outcomes and economic productivity. These are lessons we are ready to share. Equally, we recognise India's leadership in driving large-scale programs such as the PIMSCI, which aims to ensure the aforementioned more crop per drop through integrated water resource management. These efforts resonate strongly with our own experience and reinforce the value of shared approaches. There is much to be gained, we think, by investing in these partnerships, because water knows no borders, and neither should innovation. Together, we bring complementary strengths. South Australia offers decades of experience in water governance and technology. India brings urgency, ambition, and new approaches that can inform and inspire. Together, we can build a water-secure and food-secure future, not only for our own communities, but for the wider Indo-Pacific. This summit, with its focus on food security in a changing world, technological modernisation, financing mechanisms, and nature-based solutions, provides an excellent framework for ongoing cooperation. These themes are not only relevant, they are essential to our collective resilience. And as we look to that shared future, I again acknowledge Carleen Maywald for her tireless work building bridges between nations, sectors and communities in pursuit of a more resilient water future. Thank you again for the opportunity to be with you today. I look forward to the partnerships that will grow from this dialogue and to the shared future we can shape together. As we celebrate ICID's remarkable legacy, let us also look forward with determination. Together, we can forge pathways to secure water and food for the generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Her Excellency, for your address. Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely thankful to our dignitaries on the dais for their esteemed time and presence, and as a token of our gratitude, we would like to present them with a memento. Ma'am, may I request you to kindly be there with us just for another minute. We would like to honor and felicitate them as their unwavering support drives our mission forward, and I would request Dr. Marco Arcieri to kindly honor and felicitate Her Excellency, the Honourable Miss Frances Adamson, AC, the Honourable Governor of South Australia. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Marco. May I also... Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now I request Dr. Marco Arcieri, President ICID, for his address, please.
Excellency Ms. Debashree Mukherjee, Secretary, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India. Excellency, Honorable Mrs. Frances Adamson, AC, Governor of South Australia, Excellency Mr. Mukesh Puri, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure and a real privilege today for me to welcome you all to this very important Indo-Global Irrigation Summit on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of ICID. ICID, the International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage, was established in 1946 when the Central Board of Irrigation and Power requested the government of India to invite other countries to cooperate in setting up of a non-governmental international organization for the development of science and technique of irrigation all over the world. Consequently, the International Commission on Irrigation and Canals was formed on June 24 of 1950 with its secretariat in New Delhi and with Brazil, Egypt, India, Indonesia, Italy, the Netherlands, Yugoslavia, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Thailand, and Turkey as its founding members. Hence, this year, we are here to celebrate its 75th anniversary, and as President of ICID, I feel honored in having the privilege to announce the achievement of such a remarkable accomplishment, especially as this occurs through the dire socioeconomic difficulties and pressing environmental issues that the world is currently facing. But of course, I'm also extremely proud to lead for the moment, for the time being, this organization, which has served in this last 3/4 of a century to exchange and share knowledge, disseminate new technologies, promote scientific studies on water use, storage, and treatment in the best possible way to serve the largest number of countries and peoples. As a matter of fact, ICID is the leading scientific, technical, and professional not-for-profit network of international experts from the fields of irrigation, drainage, and flood management, working together with the mission of ensuring food and water security in the vision of a world free of poverty and hunger by means of a sustainable agricultural water management and a feasible rural development. There is no doubt that this event, enabling exchange of information, allowing networking, and facilitating the establishment of new relationships, can greatly contribute to a more peaceful, socially just, and ecologically sustainable world, bringing more people together, sharing knowledge, and fostering further collaboration. As President of ICID, I would like to express my sincere gratitude and my most heartfelt appreciation to colleagues and friends and excellencies who have gathered here, but especially to those who have traveled from so far to join us. And on this, let me please allow me to thank my colleagues, President Honoré and Vice President Honoré, Chandra Madamutu, Felix, my friends, Felix Renders, and my friend Bartali from Morocco, who have gathered here, traveled from so far to join us in this very particular moment, on this very important occasion for us. Here today, I would like to acknowledge your considerable presence and your convinced pledge in celebrating the value of commitment, the value of experience, the value of memory. We have a very interesting program ahead of us with presentation, discussions, and nice special memories to share. And thus, I strongly encourage you to actively engage, share your insights, and enthusiastically participate to this nice ceremony, to the nice commemorative moments that we are going to experience in these 2 days. I am absolutely confident that this will be a most valuable and rewarding occasion for all of us, as well as for ICID, of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, I thank you for your presence, and I wish you all a very fruitful and pleasant summit. Thank you.
Thank you, President ICID, for your address. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor ICID's 75-year legacy, we would now unveil the special commemorative publication celebrating not only the Platinum Jubilee, but also the 75 years of ICID's service to global water management. And I would request our Honorable Chief Guest, our guest of honor, to kindly release this commemorative publication of ICID on this very special occasion of its Platinum Jubilee. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, now once again I request Dr. Marco to honor and felicitate our chief guest, the Honorable Madam Debashree Mukherjee, Secretary, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, Ministry of Jal Shakti, Government of India. We are very thankful to your time and presence, ma'am. Thank you. I also request Dr. Marco to present and honor and felicitate our guest of honor, Shri Mukesh Puri, CMD SSNNL, Government of Gujarat. Thank you for your time and presence, sir. I also invite Dr. Dheeraj, His Excellency, Dr. Dheeraj Kumar Siraj, High Commissioner, Embassy of the Republic of Guyana, to kindly join us on the dais, and I request Dr. Marco to kindly honor and felicitate His Excellency, Dr. Dheeraj Kumar Siraj. Thank you for your presence, sir, and thank you for your valuable time. Thank you, His Excellency. Thank you, Dr. Marco. And I request Dr. Rakesh Gupta to kindly felicitate and honor and present a memento to Dr. Marco Arcieri. Thank you, Dr. Gupta. Later, now I... Thank you, Dr. Gupta. Later, now I request Shri Mukesh Puri, CMD, SSNNL, Government of Gujarat, to kindly address this August gathering, please.
A very good morning to all of you. Honorable dignitaries on the dais, respected chief guests, Ms. Debashree Mukherjee, Dr. Marcos Arcieri, President ICID, Dr. R.K. Gupta, distinguished experts, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my privilege to be part of the proceedings today. It's a great honor indeed that I've been invited to be not only be part of the main program, but also to present a paper on some of the good practices that the state I represent, Gujarat, has been following. And I am sure during this two-day summit, there'll be a great deal of sharing of wisdom, experience, something which is quite seriously required at this stage when the world is facing this crisis of water management. I won't really call it a crisis of water scarcity. There have been many, many challenges in different sectors which humankind has surmounted. So this is one more, and I'm sure with the wisdom that we have, and if we can work in a collaborative manner, we shall be able to surmount even this one. At the very outset, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to ICID for the remarkable journey of 75 years. The organization's vision of a water-secure world free of poverty and hunger continues to guide global efforts towards sustainable and inclusive water management. Of course, the second part of it, free of poverty and hunger, at least we in India have achieved a great deal, and as the recent report suggests, poverty, or the baseline poverty at least, is now in single digit and declining even further. So while we have achieved a lot there, when it comes to water stress, it's really a serious concern. And I was leafing through the commemorative publication which has just been issued, and going to Dr. Gupta's presentation on page 71, it's scary indeed. The most water stressed areas which have been marked in black include India. Of course, that poses a challenge for us. The theme of the summit, best irrigation practices for water and food security, is not only timely but deeply significant. In a world grappling with climate uncertainties, growing population and increasing water stress, efficient irrigation holds the key to ensuring food security and sustainable livelihood. An additional fact of life is when you look at the global distribution of water, about 70% of the water is used in agriculture, largely for irrigation purposes. In India, the percentage is still in excess of 80%. So as the economy grows, the share of agriculture keeps on dropping. It is already, agriculture and allied sector contributes less than 20% of the GDP. And as it keeps declining, the industry grows. A large number of industry is water intensive. So like the global trend, it is quite likely that our water will be diverted increasingly for urban drinking water purpose, urban livelihoods, and for industrial use. So whatever water is available for irrigation sector will come down even further. Therefore, obviously, the topical theme of using it more efficiently in irrigation sector is absolutely something which needs to be addressed as of yesterday, and definitely as of today. Since yesterday is gone, we don't have that option now. I'm proud to share that in Gujarat, through projects like Sardar Sarovar project, it's a big multi-purpose project with both hydroelectricity capacity of almost 1450 megawatts and irrigation potential of close to 18 lakh hectares, much of which has been achieved. We have witnessed a transformative power of well-planned irrigation systems. Gujarat has achieved the remarkable feat of transferring 11.7 MAF water through the iconic Sardar Sarovar project in the current water year, which is ending on this 30th of June. Having largest lined canal network in the world, which provides irrigation to, as I mentioned, more than 17 lakh hectares, drinking water to more than 4 crore people. Out of a population of 70 million in Gujarat, more than 40 million get drinking water from this one single multipurpose dam project. And the project has also proved to be the engine for industrial growth in Gujarat. If the semiconductor industry has come to India, the first one has come up in a place called Dholera and near Sanand, both near Ahmedabad. Water for the same shall be provided, has to be provided through projects like the Sardar Sarovar project. It has played a catalytic role in achieving more than 9% growth in agriculture and allied sectors in the last 25 years. Indeed, it is a prime example of a multi-purpose irrigation project providing both food and water security. By expanding inter-basin transfer, micro-irrigation, and promoting water-efficient crops, further supplemented by strengthening of participatory irrigation management, we have seen a positive shift in Gujarat towards water sustainability and farmer prosperity. In fact, over the last 25 years, the number of overexploited blocks and the critical blocks in the state has come down dramatically, whereas the number of safe blocks has increased in the last 25 years from 104 to 189, which essentially shows good practices can make a huge difference. However, we do recognize that future challenges require innovative solutions. Some of the challenges which the irrigation practitioners in India, of course, in Gujarat and in the rest of India need to address are, India is home to, we know, almost 17% of the population, the largest populated country in the world, and will stay like that for a long time to come, but it has only 4% of the freshwater resources in the world. Large parts of India are already water stressed. There is a huge dependence on groundwater for irrigation and drinking water. Out of the 780 odd districts in the country, 102 are overexploited, meaning thereby that the groundwater extraction is way more than groundwater recharge, trouble indeed. And 28 districts are in the critical and the semi-critical category. Rapid growth in demand for water due to population growth, urbanization, which has been talked about by the previous speakers also, and the changing lifestyles would potentially reduce the water available for agriculture. According to Central Groundwater Board, groundwater contributes currently about 62% to irrigation in India. A comparison of pre-monsoon 2018 water levels with 2008 to 2017 decadal average shows a decline in about 52% of the monitored wells. Cropping patterns reveal frightening inefficiency and suboptimal planning. The classic example is, of course, rice being grown through agriculture in many parts of India, notably in Punjab and Haryana, and thereby India, through its exports of basmati rice, has become a virtual exporter of water in huge quantities, which could have been avoided. Interstate, of course, international water disputes has been in news, but within the country also, interstate, intrastate, and intersectoral disputes in sharing of water are increasingly difficult to resolve because obviously water is a precious commodity. We need to accelerate the adoption of precision agriculture, irrigation, smart water management technologies, and climate resilient agricultural practices. Summits like this create the perfect platform to bring together thought leaders, policymakers, researchers, and practitioners to chart the way forward. As we engage in high-level technologies over the next 2 days, I urge all stakeholders to focus on the scalable, affordable, and sustainable solutions that can reach the grassroots and empower farmers worldwide. I am confident that the deliberations here will pave the way for new partnerships and impactful innovations that will help us collectively achieve water and food security for all. Thank you once again, organizers, for giving me this opportunity to address this August gathering. I wish the summit grand success and look forward to its meaningful outcomes. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your address. Ladies and gentlemen, at the heart of India's efforts to secure water for all lies the leadership of Ministry of Jal Shakti. We have the privilege of having our chief guest amongst us, the Honorable Madam Debashree Mukherjee, under whose visionary leadership India is shaping its national water agenda and transforming reforms in all sectors. With these words, I request ma'am to kindly address all of us, please.
Thank you. Shri Mukesh Puri ji, Dr. Arcieri, Dr. Gupta, colleagues, friends gathered from all over the world, fellow practitioners of the water sector. I'm really privileged to be here at this ICID event, celebrating 75 years of this very, very important organization. Particularly privileged because this event addresses one of our most pressing challenges, that of effective water management. All of us who are working in the water sector, we are aware that climate change is here, climate change is real, and climate change affects the water cycle first. We are all seeing longer dry spells, droughts. We are seeing extreme precipitation events, which translate into floods, difficult to manage, loss of lives, loss of property. So the impact of climate change is here and now and hugely impacting both water security as well as food security. This is our challenge to solve. Now, we're also seeing, as a part of the increasing temperatures, we are seeing an impact on soil moisture. And that also affects the demand for water for irrigation. So irrigation management, overall water conservation, water management is a huge challenge that is facing all of us today. Increasing population, as Dr. Gupta spoke about, is also a very, very large challenge. And all of that put together, as water managers, we have to respond to these challenges. I'll just spend maybe 5 minutes talking about what strategies Government of India is adopting in partnership with all our states. The first is enhanced storage. And when we talk about storage, it is storage in our dams and reservoirs. It is storage in our local water bodies. And it is storage in the largest reservoir which we have, which is under our feet, groundwater. So enhanced storage, try and ensure that even when you have extreme precipitation events, you're prepared to recharge, you're prepared to save as much of the water as you can to prepare and ensure supplies during the dry spells. So storage. And as a part of this, we have the national call to action, the Jal Shakti Abhiyan. We working with states to look at demand management in terms of groundwater, the Atal Bhujal Yojana. We are looking at, a very large dam safety and dam rehabilitation program, which improves the water storage, large water storage infrastructure. So it's a multi-pronged approach in terms of better managing storage and storing more. The second big area of work is improving water use efficiency, but with focus really on agriculture and irrigation. Again, as speaker after speaker before me have emphasized, India uses more than 80%, it's about 83, 84% of water for irrigation, for agriculture. Bulk of this water is from our groundwater resources. It's becoming increasingly unsustainable. So water use efficiency, particularly in agriculture, the per drop more crop initiative is hugely important to us. We've been working on this. We have just launched learning from actions in other states. In fact, in many cases, our state governments work in advance of Government of India. So we have learned from initiatives in states, and we are now launching a series of pilots in terms of modernization of our command area development systems. This program looks at technology, so pipe networks. It looks at how do you strengthen water user associations in order to be able to enforce accountability and better management of their own water resources. And it also looks at benchmarking and measuring and reporting on the efficiency of our irrigation management systems. For too long, irrigation departments in India, and I think across many, many developing countries, have been focused on projects. We build, we deliver projects. We don't look at ourselves as service delivery organizations. So we are looking at the transition from project implementation, which is important, but to service delivery. So benchmarking, measuring, and also creating reward systems to look at improved service delivery is an area of priority with Government of India. The third area of work is river health. Again, this is linked with, and all of these are interlinked because water flows, water does not work in silos. So all of these three areas of work are interlinked. So the question is, when we extract every drop of water from our rivers, managing river health is increasingly more challenging. So there is a very strong logic to be able to improve water use efficiency and ensure that water is available not just for industry, but also for ecosystem services, for improving river health. So these are things that we also need to look at and think about incentivizing. Big challenges ahead of us. Cross-cutting these three areas of work is improved water governance. And water governance, which looks at integrated water resource management, which looks at sectors, water demand across sectors, which looks at accountability across sectors, and therefore moves our agenda of improved water management forward. So, finally, the focus is on, again, working with communities across the board. If we cannot make water everybody's business, then we fail to look at, ensure that water is managed sustainably. So water user association in terms of irrigation service provision, village communities in terms of improved groundwater management, water budgeting, water auditing, accounting, all these processes need to be improved and standardized. Now, where is ICID in all this? For us, ICID is a very, very important forum, which brings together practitioners from across the world, which brings together people from academia, which brings together people from actual irrigation managers, which brings together policymakers. So this meeting of minds where various people in the water sector. So these partnerships, identification of problems, solutions that have been found elsewhere which could be adapted in different contexts. And adaptation is very, very critical. This is what we see ICID as a very, very important forum. The other issue that we'd like to talk about is the fact that, for everything that we do, capacities are very, very critical. So India passed the Dam Safety Act in 2021 to try and ensure that our critical large water infrastructure is safer. We are also implementing the largest dam rehabilitation and improvement program in the world. Now, for this, we have realized that we have a huge crisis of capability, and we need to hugely enhance capacities. And I speak of India across the world. I think these challenges can be even more acute. So capacities across the water sector is something that we will need to focus on. I looked at the very interesting film that was screened as we began, and I see the strength of ICID. You have partners, you have members across the world, but there are those big gaps. We see South Africa as a big gap, but most importantly, we see Africa as a very big gap. So, I mean, we are very happy to share what we have learned in India with other countries. And we are very supportive of ICID in terms of creating those partnerships, reaching out to the countries which may need support, but which may also be able to share experiences that further enrich and strengthen the work that we do. Again, innovation, learning, sharing knowledge, creating partnerships, but also, adapting. Because it will not be that what works in, let's say, Peru works in India, but it may work in a different form. So that support to be able to adapt is also very, very important. So I wish this very important organization all the very best. I see there are some very interesting experiences that are being shared over the course of this conference. And I hope that the work we do, what we learn together, and the agenda we set for ourselves will help us to strengthen water security and food security for the world. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for addressing us. Thank you for your inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would request Mr. Vijay Saran from ICID to propose a vote of thanks.
Respected Debashree ma'am, Secretary, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, and today's chief guest, Mr. Mukesh Puri, the CMD of SSNL, Dr. Marco Arcieri, President ICID, Dr. R.K. Gupta, Secretary General ICID, all dignitaries of the dais. I see High Commissioner, Republic of Guyana, Dheeraj Kumar Siraj, and members from various embassies of Spain, Iraq, Chad, all the officers gathered from various central and state government departments. Very good morning to all of you. And as we conclude the inaugural session of the this Indo-Global Irrigation Summit, we conclude the inaugural session on the best irrigation practices for water and food security. It's my honor and proud privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of the International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage as we mark our 75th anniversary. First and foremost, I extend my sincere gratitude to Debashree Mukherjee Madam, Secretary, Department of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation, for honoring us with your presence and for your thoughtful address highlighting the vital role of irrigation in sustainable development. We deeply appreciate your unwavering support and guidance, and also for sparing your valuable time for this summit. Thank you, ma'am. We also extend our heartfelt thanks to Mr. Mukesh Puri, who is the CMD of Sardar Sarovar Narmada Nigam Limited, and who has for your insightful address. And we also we are thankful to you for your continued leadership in driving the innovative irrigation initiatives. We appreciate your contribution to this important dialogue, and we look forward to hearing more from you. A special thanks to Dr. Marco Arcieri, President ICID, for your inspiring address and your continued dedication to the ICID's mission and in organizing this summit. You have been instrumental in bringing the global leadership together at this venue. Our heartfelt thanks are also due to Dr. R.K. Gupta, Secretary General, ICID, for his continued dedication to the mission of the ICID and also in organizing this summit. And I also thank all the senior officers from Ministry of Jal Shakti, Central Water Commission, various central government departments, state governments, from industry leaders, academia, and all these various dignitaries from international organizations like World Bank, Asian Development Bank, who have gathered. And I feel their contribution over the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, it will be very helpful in giving a path towards achieving the ICID's vision of having a water and food secure world free of poverty and hunger. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vijayji, for proposing vote of thanks. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir, for inspiring inauguration session. Ladies and gentlemen, with this we conclude the inaugural session. We thank all our distinguished dignitaries on the dais. We thank all of you for being there. We invite all of you to join us for a short break. Please enjoy a cup of tea, which is being served outside the hall. Also, please be there with us in 15 minutes, 11:15, so that we can start our high-level dialogue immediately after that without any delay. Thank you so much for being there with us. See you all in 15 minutes. Thank you.
On our planet, water is essential for sustaining life in all its forms. Yet, fresh water is a limited resource. Each drop of fresh water nurtures life across flora and fauna, quenches thirst, and supports food production to alleviate hunger. The growing population, rapid urbanization, and rising standards of living, combined with climate change, are placing ever-increasing pressure on freshwater resources in many regions of the world. People are already experiencing the consequences of water scarcity in their daily lives. Feeding a growing global population and ensuring food and nutrition security for all is a daunting task, and that can be achieved by increasing food production through sustainable agricultural water management. International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage, ICID, is a leading professional organization in the fields of irrigation, drainage, and flood management. Since its establishment in 1950, ICID is continuously striving for water and food security through sustainable agricultural water management. ICID has been at the forefront of the first Green Revolution. Which earned the UN Peace Messenger Award for ICID in 1987. ICID promotes its objective through a network of national committees that represent various stakeholders from within the respective countries engaged in different facets of agriculture water management. Together, the ICID network of 80 member countries covers over 90% of the total irrigated area of the world. ICID's vision is a water-secure world free of poverty and hunger through sustainable rural development. Mission of ICID is to work together towards sustainable agriculture water management through interdisciplinary approaches to economically viable, socially acceptable and environmentally sound irrigation, drainage and flood management. The Commission acts as a knowledge hub, pooling and sharing knowledge and making it available worldwide. ICID strives to promote various programs to enhance sustainable development of irrigated agriculture and promoting preservation and improvement of soil and water quality of irrigated lands. The cooperation mechanisms used by ICID network of experts from member national committees range from working together as expert on particular aspects of irrigation and drainage through simple exchange of information during annual meetings, collating knowledge in the form of manuals and guidelines, seeking solution to specific questions during the Congress sessions, organizing trainings, publishing papers in specialized irrigation and drainage journals. ICID is committed to fostering and promoting knowledge exchange to empower everyone as we strive for a water-secure world. Through its extensive network of experts from all over the world, these experts volunteer their expertise through various work bodies and task forces focused on 4 major strategy themes: irrigation and drainage, natural resources, climate change and impacts, and sustainable development. All the different types of work bodies set up by the ICID Council operate on a fixed time schedule to achieve its mandate and are responsible for preparing and releasing the requisite outcome after completion of their terms in the form of technical papers, proceedings of the workshops, published material and others, including books. In its commitment to promoting gender equality in the water sector, ICID has constituted a task force dedicated to women's empowerment in water resource management. ICID encourages young professionals to cultivate an interest in pursuing a career in agricultural water management by offering scholarships and facilitating their participation in international events organized by ICID. ICID works closely with various water-related international organizations in fulfilling its mission. ICID provides a multidisciplinary international platform for water sector enthusiasts. As part of its activities, ICID organizes different kinds of events all around the year in association with our national committees, partner organizations and other members from the water fraternity. ICID events range from triennial World Irrigation Forums and Congress to important annual discussions like internal Executive Council meetings, as well as activities that happen multiple times in a year in different parts of the world, like regional conferences, drainage workshops, micro-irrigation conferences, etc. To recognize the innovative work and encourage the researchers for their outstanding contributions, which promotes efficient utilization of water in agriculture, ICID has instituted a number of awards like N.D. Gulati Memorial Lectures, World Irrigation and Drainage Prize, BackSave Awards, Best Paper Award, Best Performing National Committee Award, and Best Work Body Award. In 2012, ICID started recognizing heritage irrigation and drainage structures as World Heritage Irrigation Structures. The objective of recognizing the World Heritage Irrigation Structures is to collect information on historical irrigation structures from around the world, understanding their significant achievements and gather knowledge about the unique features and to learn the philosophy and wisdom on sustainable irrigation from these heritage structures. Agriculture accounts for 70% of water withdrawals. In the face of increased competition for water resource, water availability for agriculture is increasingly constrained. Agriculture being the largest user of fresh water, it is essential to achieve ICID in giving recognition to proven water-saving technologies and practices. These technologies range from simple field preparation to micro-irrigation, precision agriculture using Internet of Things, artificial intelligence and machine learning. ICID advocates water storages in all their hues, mulching, retaining ridges, water harvesting, field ponds for rain-fed crops and both small and large dams. About engineering, acknowledging the multidisciplinary of agricultural development, irrigation and drainage structures as World Heritage Irrigation Structures. The objective of recognizing the World Heritage Irrigation Structures is to collect information on historical irrigation structures from around the world, understanding their significant achievements and gather knowledge about the unique features and to learn the philosophy and wisdom on sustainable irrigation from these heritage structures. Agriculture accounts for 70% of water withdrawals. In the face of increased competition for water resource, water availability for agriculture is increasingly constrained. Agriculture being the largest user of fresh water, it is essential to be used wisely and achieving more crop per drop. ICID has been giving recognition to proven water-saving technologies and practices. These technologies range from simple field preparation to micro-irrigation, precision agriculture using Internet of Things, artificial intelligence and machine learning. ICID advocates water storages in all their hues, mulching, retaining ridges, water harvesting, field ponds for rain-fed crops and both small and large dams, supplementing the water requirement. Agricultural water management is not solely about engineering. Acknowledging the multidisciplinary nature of agricultural development, ICID has been broadening its focus from engineering solutions to holistic approaches that enhance water and food security for rural development through irrigation and drainage management. In order to realize the vision of ICID in fulfillment of sustainable development goals, let's move together towards a water-secure world, free from poverty and hunger.
ICID, the International Commission on Irrigation and Drainage, was formed on June 24 of 1950, with its secretariat established in New Delhi, in India, and Brazil, Egypt, India, Indonesia, Italy, the Netherlands, Yugoslavia, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Thailand, and Turkey as its founding members. Hence, this year we celebrate the 75th anniversary, and as President of ICID, I feel honored in having the privilege to announce the achievement of such a remarkable accomplishment, especially as this occurs through the dire socio-economic difficulties and pressing environmental issues that the world is currently facing. But of course, I'm also extremely proud to lead this organization, which has served in the last 3/4 of a century to exchange and share knowledge, disseminate new technologies, promote scientific studies on water use, storage and treatment in the best possible way to serve the largest number of countries and people. A leading scientific, technical and professional not-for-profit network of international experts from the fields of irrigation, drainage and flood management, working together with a mission of ensuring food and water security in the vision of a world free of poverty and hunger by means of a sustainable agricultural water management and a feasible rural development.